What is up, trolls? Gratch back with another war recap for you guys. This one a little bit late. I'm still trying to get caught up on a few wars. But this one against fast attackers. And they did come out of the gates pretty quickly. But quickly doesn't necessarily equate to well. So, as you can see, it was a pretty easy win for us, even though it wasn't our best war offensively. Definitely left some stars on the board that we shouldn't have. But there were some good attacks in there. I'm going to skip the top few because they were just Town Hall 10 and 11s, either stepping down to bully or something like that. So nothing too exciting. So I'll start with number 5. Watching Palm go in, doing it with a Go Vaho. I'm going to start off just creating a big funnel here on the left-hand side, dropping some minions, and then going to send in a golem. Once the golem starts drawing some fire, I'll drop a couple of wizards. And then I'm going to go on and send in the heroes here shortly. And then the Valks, and I'm actually going to, I think, let the Valks just beat through this wall once the queen goes down, because there's nowhere for her to go. Gets a poison down there on those CC troops. The queen sort of distracted there for a minute, but she's going to step up and start shooting at them. Getting a heal down there in the core for all those Valks, and then just going to start trickling in some hogs. From the bottom, just 4 or so at each defense. Getting a heal down for them. Just continuing to wrap around the base, keeping everything nice and healed up. And get a second heal down here for the hogs. Right there. And that's it. And this one, the only thing is it takes a little while for the cleanup. He used all of his wizards and minions and stuff there at the beginning to create that funnel. But he's got so many hogs left up, it really doesn't matter. They're going to be able to work their way down. And all the giant bombs, I think, got triggered, so it's really no big deal. And boom, 3 stars for Palm. Next, we will go down to 8 and see Maeda doing it again with a Go Vaho. So he sends in a single hog, gets the lure, and it's a Lava Hound. So drops his queen down at the bottom, pulls that down. And then goes on and drops his golems. Get some wizards down. Create a nice funnel to be able to send his Valks into. Handful of wall breakers. And then goes on and sends in the Valks and the king. The queen and the wizards are taking out those lava pups, and then he'll get a jump down to let these all into the core. Probably would have been a good use of a poison right there also on those heroes, but not really necessary. Gets a heal down for them. And then brings in hogs there, pretty much all of them there on that right hand side. And they're just going to sort of wrap around the base because the core has been pretty much wiped out of defenses other than that expo. But you see there's no reason for them to pass through the core to get to the expo. He'll get another heal down for him, I think in this corner. Right there, yep. And they just continue to sort of work their way down. Yeah, the Valks and Golem all sort of got stuck there in the core. They were drawing some fire, like that Tesla shooting at them, which is nice. But you look, and the queen's basically walked all the way, or halfway around the base, so she's doing cleanup, and then those hogs and wizard are going to join up. There's this one lonely builder's hut here on the left-hand side, so they are going to have to backtrack to get that. But boom, gets the 3 star, nice attack, Maeda. Next, let's look at Forbidden going in on number 11. Doing it with a Queen Walk Govaho. Only a handful of Valks on this one, don't really need it. So get the easy CC lure there with the hog. Gonna poison them, we'll speed that up. And then drop some goblins down there just because those are untargetable. And then it gets his queen down. He's holding off on dropping the healers. And I think that hurt him a little bit here. As you'll see, he was just a little bit late on those. And so by the time they can really start healing, his queen's taking too much damage and he ends up having to burn her ability. Probably before he would have preferred. Not a huge deal, but just something to take in mind. There was no reason really not to deploy the healer sooner. So you see she steps up, starts getting targeted, so the healers come out, but she's already taken enough damage that he's not comfortable, and especially once that Expo gets on. So if he had played them a little bit earlier, maybe would have made a difference, maybe not, I don't know. But just going to let her work her way down to this bottom section. Just being real patient. And then bringing golems there on the top left. Got the wizards for the funneling. A couple wall breakers to let them in. And then the king and those Valks. And then he'll have a jump to let them into basically this whole core section. And then a few hogs. Sort of targeting specific defenses. So his queen locked onto the king, which is causing her to follow him around, which will let the healers get in range of that air defense. But it'll go down here in a minute and nothing's really going to target the queen anymore anyway, so not a big deal. Has a heal down there in the core. And he's still got 8 hogs left. You see he still hasn't gotten to the queen yet. She's just now starting to target some stuff. But now that she's distracted, he sends in the rest of his hogs. So they're going to take out all these defenses behind her while the king steps up. I mean, he's beating on the wall, but that's okay. Finally, some damage gets on her. She goes down. And then a rage in the core. Just to speed the damage up in there. And by the time the last defense goes down, there's only like 2 buildings left. Boom, 3 stars. Nice attack forbidden. Next we'll watch Jeremiah's World on number 12. What do you know, doing it with a Govaho. Seems to be a trend here, right? So he gets the lure with a barb. I think he's going to drop another one just to help bunch them up a little bit better. There we go, and then he's getting the poisons going. And then I think he's bringing this attack from the top. Yep, there goes Golem. Get the wizards down. Also a minion. Wall breaker in here. Enemy queen goes down. And then he'll have a jump to let everything all the way in. Sends in the king and those Valks nice and late just to make sure they're going to go where they're supposed to go. And they split on him, which is kind of nice. The king goes one direction, the Valks go the other direction, so they're able to get sort of both of those wings. Gets a heal down on his Valks. Keep them up. They'll go over there and take out the enemy king. Queen's still up there doing work. And then just starts surgical hogs, letting them work their way around. Still got 2 heals left. So plays another one in the core for his Valks. Just keeping them up, doing lots of tanking. So he hadn't healed his hogs yet, which is fine. Gets the last heal, also in the core. Does get hogs in on that one, which is good, because there is a giant bomb. Keeps them up. And now it's just clean up. Look at all those hogs he's got left. Boom, 3 stars, nice attack. And finally, for our Town Hall 8 action on this one, we'll go down and see Manifest Destiny on number 18. Just doing it with a bunch of hogs. So he'll send in a barb and get the lure. Go with the double poison. I'm not going to fast forward this because I want a chance to drink some coffee. Alright, now we can fast forward it. And then just drops a couple barbs and all of his hogs, just letting them all come rolling through, and then he'll just heal as necessary. He'll get a heal down there in the middle, and then he'll sort of do the 2 wings here coming up as all the hogs get there. One on the top, one on the bottom, right there. And just steamrolls the base. And then he'll start getting cleanup troops down here in a second. All the way around. I mean, just look how fast this has gone. I feel like the attacks have just barely started and all the defenses are gone. And now the king's down too. I mean, he's already on cleanup. Just crazy. It is Town Hall 8, so I mean, not the greatest, but still. Impressive attack. A way to break it down. And boom, 3 stars. Nice attack, Manifest. Alright guys, I promise I'll try and do a better job of getting these videos out on time. But until the next one, this is Gratch from King Trolls, bringing you the boom.
Here comes